everybody, this is Breanna Rutter, and in this hair tutorial, I am going to teach you how to do a lace wig installation, step by step for beginners. The hair I am wearing is MyFirstWig lace front wig from MyFirstWig.com. The wig I am wearing is ALEXIS, Malaysian human hair, straight lace front wig, LFW016, and these are the custom details of my wig. Cap construction is lace front wig. Hair color is natural. Hair length is 20 inches. Hair texture is silky. Lace color is light brown. Cap size is number 2. And wig cap color is brown. So keep watching so I can show you how to install your wig. So now there are quite a few products that you will need to create your wig, but you don't actually have to use a lot of product on your hair. So really quick, before we install the wig, I'm going to show you a really quick unboxing. So these are some of the materials they sent me to make installing my wig extremely easy. And the beauty about their wig is that it's already pretty much done for you. It has a natural pre-plucked hairline, so that way when you install it, it looks as realistic as possible. So that way you can literally just put your wig on and go. This is the bag you would use to store your wig when you're not wearing it. Now here is the glorious wig. And like I said before, this is the ALEXIS wig that they sent me, and this is a lace front wig. It has combs throughout, so that way it's very sturdy on your head, and this is how the wig looks fresh out the box. So now I'm just going to allow you to take a closer peek of the wig before I begin installing it. And this is the lace that they have in the back as well as on the sides. Now really quick, I want to show you how it looks underneath as well. So as you can see, there are about 3 combs on this wig for a sturdy application. And as you can tell, that hairline is very natural. I'm also showing you the side of the wig around the area where your ears would be as well. And now this is my braid pattern. As you can see, I have a very regular straight back cornrow look because you want your braids to be just very flat when you're wearing any type of wigs, especially wigs where you don't have to do a lot of work. So now at this point, I've already washed the wig, blow dried it, and I lightly straightened it. And as you can see, there is no shed hair at all. I washed the hair, I blow dried it, I combed it so many times, and I had no shed hair. Now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the wig on my head to take a closer look to see if I need to do any customization. And ladies, hands down, this is one of the best wigs I have ever felt, I have ever installed, and that I have ever worked with. They have everything so on point. And as you can tell, there's not much work that I actually have to do. All I have to do is remove the excess lace so that way I can have a very natural and beautiful look to my hair. One thing that I want to mention is that the lace wig I'm wearing is from MyFirstWig, and they have perfectly pre-plucked hairlines, so that way you don't have to do much work, and they have 6-inch parting space. Most companies only have a 4 or 5-inch parting space, but because they have an additional inch of parting space on their wigs, it makes their wigs look extremely natural compared to all the other wig companies on the market. Their wigs are literally perfect. So this is how it looks right before I begin applying it. So I've already molded down my cap in a previous clip you saw, but now I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. So I'm leaving nothing out. You are going to know exactly how to get that flawless finish to your scalp when wearing your lace wigs. So I'm using one of the wig caps that they sent me to show you exactly how you want to mold it down. So making sure it goes past your hairline, you're then going to use Got To Be Glue hair gel. Ladies, this is not hair glue. Hair glue is a lot more aggressive on your hairline, so that's why I suggest that you always use hair gel when you're molding down your caps to wear lace wigs. So I'm applying a thin application in front as well as a thin application in back. Once you finish gelling up your hairline, you're then going to use Got To Be Glue hairspray to spray on your hair. Now ladies, this is just the name of the product because the gel is so strong that it literally feels like glue, but it's not glue, it's hair gel. So this is Got To Be Glue hairspray and Got To Be Glue hair gel. So if you want to get these products, check out the links below so that way you can have a flawless finish to your wigs. Now it's time to blow dry that in place. And once that's fully blow dried, I'm then going to show you a spin around of how it looks. So now that it's fully dried, this is something of what you should look like here. I did not put any gel around my ears because it was unnecessary. You just want to gel down the front and the back. Now I'm going to use scissors and I'm going to slowly trim off the excess cap. Be sure, like I said before, that when you're putting your gel on your hair, that you're extending past your hairline so that when you're cutting your cap, you are not cutting your real hair. It's so easy to avoid cutting your real hair. All you have to do is just extend a little bit past your hairline, and it's super easy and quick to do. When I blow dried the actual hair gel on my hair, it only took about 10 minutes. It dries extremely fast and it feels extremely strong. So now this is just a quick spin around of how your cap should look right before applying your wig. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to adjust the clips that's at the back of my wig. They have a small amount of rolls at the back, so that way you can make your wig as tight of a fit as you want. So this is how it looks at the very back. In each little section you can hook it closer depending on the fit you want. Now I only had to cut off the tiniest bit of lace around the ears, and that's literally no problem. Some wigs you have to do so much customization to that it makes it hard to be a beginner to wear wigs. So I definitely understand some of you ladies that are having a hard time trying to do that, but this wig is literally perfect for beginners. That's why their company is called MyFirstWig, because you don't have to do any work. All you got to do is cut off the excess lace and then mold down your wig. So I'm using clips to keep my baby hairs and also the longer hairs out of the way. I'm applying a thin application of hairspray so that way I can apply my wig very easily. Now at this point, you could choose to add a little bit of hair gel first and then spray just like you did with the cap, but I didn't necessarily have to do that because the lace is very breathable and thin, so that way you don't have to use much product to molding it down to your hairline. So I'm using my comb to help me as well as the teeth, so that way I can make sure that the tie is very fit as well as very strong as I'm blow drying it, so that way it's extremely sturdy. Every time I use Got2b glue, my install lasts me anywhere from about 3 to 5 days because I tend to work out, and if I didn't work out as much, my wig will probably easily last me over a week. So keep that in mind. This product is amazing, and I don't have to touch it up as much because it pretty much lasts me for as long as it needs to until it's time for me to take down my hair and wash. As you can see, that scalp looks real. This wig is literally too perfect. Ladies, if you don't have a MyFirstWig, I highly suggest that you cop one. Links are in my description. Now it's time to do the very back of our head. We don't have eyes on the back, so how can you possibly know what's going on back there? So the one trick that I do is I use a tall stand-up mirror to sit in front of me and one that sits behind me. I go to like a local department store to buy a stand-up mirror, and it's usually anywhere from about $10 to $20 for one, and they pretty much last forever. So if you got 2 tall stand-up mirrors, you are good to go, honey. So I'm doing the same thing in back as I did in the front, and I'm pulling the wig to secure it in place. Make sure that your glue is tacky. It has to be tacky, so that way it doesn't lift up and cause product buildup that's unnecessary. Make sure it's tacky first before sticking the back of your wig down to the back of your head. I'm using my fingers to give slight little tugs and also pressing to see where any weaknesses are as I'm blow drying it, so that way I know I'm good to go. Now that I'm at the top, I'm going to determine where my part will be so that I can show you how to style your hair super beautifully. This is their flyaway tamer. It's kind of like an edge stick because it helps to give, smells so good. I can't believe how good this product smells. Like, I couldn't help but resist to smell it all day long using this on my hair, and the smell lingers in your hair. It kind of smells like a fresh baby powder type shower smell. It smells really good. So what I do is I use the flyaway tamer stick to tame down my hair so that way it doesn't get as poofy. Where I live, the weather is usually very humid, so I want to make sure that my hair stays flat all day long. So all I do is I go over small sections near my part only with my flat iron so that I can have a very flat parted section at the top. Now I'm going to show you if this wig is true to length, because you want to make sure you're paying exactly for the inches you requested, right? So I'm showing you right now that it measures out to be a little past 20 inches. So good job for my first wig. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit heat protectant down the length of my hair. Heat protectant is very, 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 did I say very important for actually protecting your hair? This is real human hair. So if you're constantly putting heat on it and you're not treating it like real hair, you will damage your wig over time. Always use heat protectant even if your hair is straight, because it makes your hair last for years. So now what I'm doing is I'm curling my hair with one of my curlers. And I love using Marcel curling irons because it helps your curls to be very strong and to also last all day. So if you want to check out these curlers, links are in the description. While the curl is still warm, I'm rolling it up in my hands, and then I'm just using a clip to clip it in place as it cools down so that it has a very beautiful curl to it once I release them all. So it's very easy also curling in front of your head. Just take your time. You don't want to unnecessarily tug on your hair and cause your hairline to lift. Now, it takes a lot of tugging to lift that got to be glued up, but you don't have to tug as much. Just curl it very gently and then use clips to hold your curls in place. Here's a spin around of how my hair looks all curled up, and I cannot wait to show you how beautiful this hair looks. I only use a little bit of heat protectant, and I only use a little bit of hairspray on my hair, so that way I can achieve this look that I'm going to show you now. So right now I'm going to show you as I release that first curl. As you can see, it is super bouncy, and the hair has the right amount of shine to it. I was so shocked at how natural this hair looks. Like, seeing is believing. You have to get one of these MyFirstWigs because their hair is so gorgeous. It was so hard for me to choose which wig I wanted because they all look so real and natural. So now, after all my curls are released, this is how gorgeous this hair looks. So now that I've released all of my curls, I'm gonna go ahead and finger detangle very softly and gently, so that way I can help elongate my curls just a little bit. And ladies, I don't know if you can tell or not, but as you can see, this hair moves so easily and it's so soft. I have never felt hair this soft, and I have never worked with hair that was this easy to work with. So ladies, you gotta copy on MyFirstWig. This is one of the best wigs I have ever done. And now I'm just gonna show you a quick spin around of how the hair looks after I added some curls into it. And as you can see, this hair is so easy to style and so gorgeous. Now what I'm going to do is show you the versatility of this wig. As you can see, that's my real scalp. You can't tell me otherwise. So what I'm doing is I'm braiding some cornrows on my real scalp. I'm just kidding, you know this is lace. So I'm just showing you how beautiful and natural it looks, and I'm just going to be braiding kind of like a slight tribal look to my hair. So I'm gonna braid a small cornrow on both sides, kind of near like going back towards my eyebrow, actually going the opposite direction. So now I'm using an elastic band, and I'm going to secure that braid there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side so that I can show you how the style looks with some actual lace reveal. Because this is the thing, some lace don't actually look that great because either the material is just kind of off or don't really match your skin tone as much. And the thing about their lace is it's already pre-bleached, and they make sure to send you the cap that best fits the color of your skin tone so that it looks very natural and realistic. Now, I have done so many cornrow braids tutorials that it is not even funny, and I have done a lot of updated things on how to do different types of looks, especially with cornrows. So if you like wearing cornrows, go ahead and go to my channel and watch some of my latest cornrow videos if you want to know how to do cornrow braids yourself. I'm just showing you a very quick spin around. I'm just throwing some really quick cornrows in my hair so that you can see how realistic this wig looks. So ladies, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to know that if you've watched this far, I started a secret conversation in my comment section. My comment is pinned at the top of my comment section. So read my comment right now to join us in on our secret conversation. So now I'm just taking that top ponytail and I'm loosely wrapping it around itself so I can create a small little bun. And as you can see, I am definitely feeling this look. I constantly fell in love over and over and over again with this hair. I can't say enough good things about this wig. They have everything on point. And I did not cut any baby hairs because it already came with baby hairs. So you can choose to actually slick those back, or you can further cut them to define the look that you want. So as you can see, this is how it looks with just a little bit of styling added to this wig. So now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put all of my hair up into a ponytail using their flyaway tamer. And this little thing comes in handy. This little like deodorant stick kind of thing, it is extremely clutch when it comes to keeping your hair very flat. No amount of hairspray topped it being able to keep my hair from getting frizzy. This is real hair, so at times it may get just a little bit frizzy depending on how humid it is where you're at. So I'm just putting a very simple ponytail in my hair, and as you can see, I got that top little ponytail top, and all I'm doing is I'm moving it around with my fingers to get it positioned exactly how I want it to be for this cute updo look. So really quick, here's a spin around of how the back looks, and as you can see, it's flawless. flawless. So if you love these looks that I've achieved and you really appreciate this tutorial, be sure to give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. Thank y'all so much for watching my lace frontal wig installation and styling tutorial. Give me a thumbs up like I said and comment what you want to see. Subscribe and click the bell for notifications so that YouTube will notify you when I post new tutorials. So just as a reminder, like I said, this is my first wig, lace front wig from MyFirstWig.com. And if you want to see any of the specs about this wig, check out the links in the description bar below. And don't forget to chime in on our secret conversation. Until then, see y'all later. Bye-bye.